Hey guys, what's up? It's Solo, and today I'm gonna actually be talking about another different subject, which you guys have probably seen me play a lot on this channel and kind of gone in and out of different servers for this, and that is Prison. Now, if you guys don't know what the Prison game mode is, it's basically a basic concept of you are in a prison that has a job where you have to mine a certain amount of like stone, rocks, and level up your pickaxe, kind of like this system. And then eventually you get to the end by basically trying to get the max rank on a server or just hitting the end of all your milestones. Right. And that's been the basic premise of Prison for years at this point. And I think that's also what might be killing it. And what I mean by this is a lot of things from Prison have yet to really change. And one of the biggest things you can take from this is, like, for example, this mining pickaxe, right? If I were to go into another Prison server, or because this isn't a Prison server, this is a gen server, as you can see from the right. But if I were to take this and go put it on top of a Prison upgrade pattern, this might be a little bit different than the prisons, but virtually the concept is the same. Efficiency, fortune, greed of whatever token that you have to use to upgrade the actual thing, and then like gems and key grinding, and then whatever enchant that's gonna get you all this other stuff, right? It's basically that's like the whole point, and that's why a lot of these prison servers are suffering. Because all of these prison servers, while yes, we do have, rumors that Akuma is going to be trying to revamp the entirety of their enchant system, which we know because they did announce that, it still begs the question of, are they saying this and then are we going to get this, like, same, oh hey, upgrade type thing, or are we going to get a full revamp of the prison experience? And the reason why I wanted to do the Mineplex video before I made this video, because I could have just sat there and made this video, is I want to preface this by giving the context of the Mineplex dilemma, which they talked about, which was consistency and basically stagnation. Stagnation being in the same spot without any progress or motion towards something else. And that's where we're at with Prison. And I feel like when Mineplex inevitably comes out and all these tools come out, eventually people are going to be able to make a new type of prison. But as it stands right now, a lot of prison servers are just rinse and repeat. They all have battle passes, they all have skill trees that require you to either rebirth or prestige to get points in. They all have rank rewards. Like, it's just one of those things that you can predict what's in a prison server. Like, for example, if I were to sit there and disconnect, you guys are going to get to see how many servers I have. If I go into, I don't know, if I go into Wild Prison, let's say I go into Wild Prison here, right? I go here and I go to OP Prison. Now it's gonna do the resource pack, reload with the resource pack, and as you can see, boom, we have basically the same layout for everything, with a new minor addition of this, but even then, this could be equivocated to your miner from Akuma. So if I were to disconnect from Wild Prison and go into Akuma, if it lets me load, that is. Sometimes I have to refresh a few times before it actually lets me in. Or actually, here, let me go out. There we go. Sometimes I do have to go all the way out to the menu. But if we queue up for Prison in Akuma, and then we come out and we look, although yes, it is in a different shape, it's basically the same type of upgrade system. You get your tokens, you know, you get your keys, you get your extra supplemental things, and then you get your AFK grinders as well, and then of course your miner. For example, if I go into OP Legends, again, we run into the same issue with it being that even though, yes, I do like the fact that their textures are a lot better in this, we're still running into the same thing of, oh, this is your upgrades. And this is your path. Like, yeah, there are extra things, including, you know, different pets and different ways to rank up said pets into higher levels, but we're still at that stagnation of it's the same thing. The same thing with different coat of paint on it. That's why you guys are seeing me, well, play on a Gens server right now instead of, you know, playing virtually anything else. Now, the weird thing about this is that Prison server says it's online. I don't think I've ever been to the Prison server, but like it says it's online, but it's not online, so yeah, don't try to go to the Prison server. But again, we're hitting that point where prisons, you also see another, like, I guess common thing when it comes to creators. It's always these creators that are getting 500 plus views, have a certain amount of subscribers, and do certain kinds of videos that are going to be advertised by things like Akuma, Wild Prison, and even this server that I'm on right now for Gens. And again, a lot of these servers require you to have these done, or just have them, like, have the requirements that they request. So for example, if I were to scroll into my Discord, you guys can't see this, but if I were to go to Wild Prison and then scroll to applications and then go to media applications, it says YouTube requirements: 250 plus subscribers for long form content and 500 plus subscribers for YouTube Shorts. At least one video per week must have prior history of active uploads, and long form content must be at least 3 minutes each. Now, that's a little less restrictive than Akuma, because if you were to go to Akuma and then go all the way to where your applications are going to be for that, let me find them real quick. It's a little bit more hectic. Let's see. Here it is. Media application. So if you go into here, it says media. If you want to do it as a YouTuber like me, you have to have 500 subscribers, and if you're a video creator, you must get 150 plus views, or you will have your rank removed. And I get it, you're gonna want to, you know, keep some sort of, I guess, interaction with your viewers, right? But again, you're at that point of, well, if I'm not going to be able to perform, they're just going to take everything away, right? And that's kind of like the big thing. That's where, you know, again, the similarities are kind of really abundant there. In the, oh, well, if you don't perform the way we want you to, you're going to get all your stuff taken away. And again, it's around the same area and around the same like cap as for YouTube and for Twitch and anything else. And a lot of these people who are already in that circle are going to more than likely stay in the circle, and the people who are outside are going to have a really hard time getting in, and I've seen that a lot with all these servers. Again, not growing really at all or anything like that. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at crystals because I want to put a crystal on my thing. In the end, this is causing even more stagnation because all the people who want to, you know, apply or join these servers as media creators, well, yes, some of them are going to get through pretty easily because they probably have a lot more subscribers. Others are going to get turned down because, well, they just don't have what these people are looking for. And then those creators are going to go off, do something else with themselves, and then eventually if they go and they, you know, become really popular, the people are going to be like, oh, hey, you know, we could use you to do blah, blah, blah. And in reality, of course, the creator's not going to go for it because, well, the creator was kind of swindled by them. And yeah, it's just one of those things that we're at the point of, I'm hoping that when Mineplex does relaunch as a network itself, I'm hoping that above all else that it comes with a lot of tools that are going to help people make different types of servers better. And like we saw in like I talked about in yesterday's video, we've seen a lot of things that like people have done with like data packs, like for example custom boss fights, custom bosses in general, and then just a bunch of things that you can do in base Minecraft or anything else if you're really skilled. And I'm hoping that with the whole Mineplex thing that it's going to be a lot easier for that to happen, and I'm hoping that it does happen, so then we can get into this newish era of having people be able to enjoy what they're playing, you know? Oh, I never got this. Hold on. I'm just hoping that eventually we'll be able to get to the point where we can say, oh, this prison server is good because of this, or because they changed the formula due to this, right? Not, oh, there he goes. You know, not where I'm going from server to server to server, trying to pick out something that's different and realizing, oh, these are all the same. These are all basically the same server, doing the same thing with a different coat of paint on them. And that's kind of, yeah, it kind of sucks. And who knows, maybe I could be wrong, maybe I'm just not at that level where I can tell the difference between them. But as far as I'm concerned, it feels relatively the same overall. And in my humble opinion, if I cannot definitively tell somebody how your server is better or different from another server, then I don't know how I'm gonna be able to recommend it to people. Because if I were to say, oh, hey, you know, do you guys want to come play Wild Prison? they're gonna be like, oh, well, what's different from Wild Prison to Akuma? And I could say, oh yeah, you know, there's Keyalls every so often, but again, chances are still the same to get anything really, really good as it is in Akuma. Even though, yes, there are a lot of Keyalls, it's still relatively the same, because it's that false sense of, oh, well, they're doing a lot of these giveaways, maybe we're gonna get something good, but in reality, again, it's really, really low chance for something like that to happen. So all in all, at this point, while I will still continue to play these prison servers, I do have kind of a limit of how much I can play prison servers, just due to the fact that sometimes it gets to the point where I'm tired of playing those type of servers and want to do something else. And that's why I've been enjoying being able to take, like, for example, this server, which is a gen server, and go, oh yeah, let me go to my island. And then it's like, oh, well, I gotta go to work, and my generator here, which if you guys watch real quick, you know, generates all these, you know, oh, my generator, while I'm away, can be making me money. Which is nice. And another cool thing is like, if I want to sit there and upgrade my stuff, I can just be like, oh yeah, look at this. Mind you, it costs a lot of money. But yeah. And that's just one of the many ways I do enjoy the server. Mind you, it's probably because it's not the exact same as a prison server, but again, I just really wish there was more differences between these servers on a fundamental level, because again, on a fundamental level, they basically all feel the same. They all have PvE modes, they all have fishing in some sort of way, they all have voting rewards, daily rewards, playtime rewards. Well, some of them do, some of them don't. And then they all have their own like armor systems and things like that that are basically kind of just the same. And that's why I'm kind of at the point where I really wish there was a uniqueness to a prison server, and I really wish I could find one that had an actual uniqueness and didn't just feel like a shilling of a new, like a shilling of a new sense of, oh, this is a really good server, when in reality it's not really that great. But anyway, I think that's enough of me rambling for today. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button, comment down below. Do you guys know of any servers that change the mold at all when it comes to prison? Let me know in the comments down below. And guys, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.